Sabe sata avera hontu, abhyapajya hontu, aniga hontu, sukhi atanam pariharantu. May all beings be free from enmity, free from affliction, free from anxiety. May they care for themselves with ease. Let us begin with a prayer, not to some distant God who favors some and punishes others, but a prayer rooted in clarity, mindfulness and metta, loving kindness. Dear friends in Dhamma, today I speak not only as a monk, but as someone who has witnessed both the fragility and the quiet strength of the human body. There are times in life when illness visits us, sometimes gently, like leaves drifting in autumn, and sometimes fiercely, like a sudden storm snapping trees. When sickness comes, what should we do? First, let us remember this. The Buddha never promised that our bodies would be free from illness, but he gave us something far greater, a way to keep the mind free from suffering. Even when the body burns with pain, the mind can remain cool. Even when pain crashes like thunder, peace can still rest beneath the tree of understanding. Let me take you now to a quiet forest in the ancient kingdom of Magadha. The story of Bhikkhu Tanaro, the monk with a broken spine. There was once a young monk named Tanaro, full of devotion and eagerness. His heart was sincere and his meditation deep. One day, while carrying water from the well, he slipped and fell. His spine shattered. He lay paralyzed for months, unable to move. The villagers wept. Some whispered it was karma, others said it was misfortune. But Tanaro smiled. A fellow monk asked him, "Why do you smile?" Tanaro replied, "Before this body broke, I still believed it was mine. But now, unable even to scratch my nose, I see clearly it never belonged to me." He closed his eyes and meditated, day after day. The pain was intense, but something greater took root, equanimity, not numbness, but a deep, serene acceptance. He came to see pain not as a curse, but as a teacher whispering, "All conditioned things are impermanent." Years passed. He never walked again. But he became a master of Dhamma. People no longer came to pity him, they came to learn. And one day, during his final teaching, he said, "If the body is a burning house, let the Dhamma be your rain. Pour it over your mind, let it cool your heart." Understanding the nature of illness, let us pause and reflect. Where does true suffering come from? Not from the illness itself, but from our resistance to it. Not from pain, but from the voice inside that cries, "Why me? This shouldn't be happening." The Buddha taught, there are two arrows. The first is the physical pain. We may not be able to avoid it, but the second arrow is one we fire at ourselves. Why me? How long will this last? What if it gets worse? A wise person feels only the first arrow. A fool keeps shooting more. Illness is not a failure. It is a mirror reflecting the truth of impermanence. It is a sacred space where we can offer the incense of mindfulness and the flowers of compassion. A supernatural power. Mindfulness over matter. You ask me to speak of supernatural power. But what is the greatest power of all? Not flying through the air, not reading minds, but remaining unshaken when everything around you is falling apart. Even the devas bow to a mind free of hatred. Even the gods admire the monk who, while coughing blood, smiles in gratitude for each breath. You want miracles? Here is a miracle. A patient who smiles kindly at their nurse. A dying person who chooses to forgive. A broken body with a free and radiant mind. These are the highest powers. Healing prayers from the Buddha's time. There is a beautiful chant the monks recite when visiting the sick, called paritta. Let me share a line with you. Aham roganam nasami, me roga vinasantu. May I destroy disease, may all diseases be destroyed. This is not a demand to nature. It is a gentle prayer for the mind to rise above sorrow, a wish for the body to heal, and a deeper wish for the mind to awaken. The balm of Metta. loving kindness for the ill. When the body is unwell, practice metta. Sit quietly, feel the breath, and gently repeat in your heart, "May I be well, may I be peaceful, may I face this illness with courage, may all beings who are suffering find comfort." Then expand your heart. Think of others, in hospital beds, in silent rooms, in pain with no one to hold their hand. Send them metta, because in the moment you stop thinking only me, you touch the divine. Compassion becomes your medicine, a lesson from the Buddha himself. Once a monk fell ill with dysentery. He lay in his own waste. No one helped him. When the Buddha heard of this, he came himself. He fetched water. He bathed the monk. He wiped his face. And then he said, "Whoever would serve me, let them serve the sick." Even the Tathagata, the awakened one, bowed to the dignity of care. So let no one say, "I'm useless because I'm sick." Your breath is precious. Your awareness is sacred. You can radiate the Dhamma from your very bed. When the pain is too great, you may ask, "Ajahn, what do I do when the pain is just too much?" Go inward. There is a space deeper than pain, a silence vaster than the ache, a sacred temple untouched by fever where no illness can reach.